If you would have told me when I bought Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U back in 2014 that we would still be talking about it and having conversations around updates to the game in late 2023, I would have said you were crazy. But here we are. This is obviously an unprecedented level of success with this game from Nintendo, and they got the clever idea with the sales really never slowing down to go ahead and support it with additional content. Does that mean we have to wait quite a bit longer to find out what Nintendo really has planned with a next installment for Mario Kart? Yes, it does, because essentially this game, in a way, with all of its new content, has been the big staple release for the Nintendo Switch generation, and we absolutely shouldn't expect anything new in the franchise until next gen Nintendo hardware, where they will likely take this series to an even higher level, which is hard to imagine now that we're talking about 96 total tracks playable with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And of course, the update we have to go over has to do with Wave 6 and all of the additional content that's been revealed as part of it, because not only are we getting, of course, the characters and things like that we knew of, but all the courses have been revealed. And well, one of them, if not all of them, I'm very excited about, but one of them in particular is legitimately my favorite Mario Kart track in history, spanning the entire franchise. There's not even another track that comes close. And before we discuss all the exact details on what's changing and when this goes live, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification if you're new here. And with that, let's quickly hop over to Go Nintendo, where they have all the details typed up for us around what to expect in Wave 6 and what this really means for the final expansion, the final update for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and a small conversation on where we can expect the franchise to go from here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 6 arrives November 9th, 2023. Rev up your engines, the sixth and final wave of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game speeds onto the Nintendo Switch system on November 9th. With this wave, all 48 additional courses will be available as the content circuit is completed, doubling the base game's offering to give players a whopping total of 96 courses from across the series to zoom through. Now, there are two cups that will be featured in this update. We first have Acorn Cup, which will feature from Mario Kart Tour, Rome Avanti, which I have not played through. We have a lot of tour tracks in this game that I probably would have never checked out if they didn't come to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so you can expect that. The big one for me, my favorite track in history from the GameCube, Double Dash, which is still arguably my favorite Mario Kart game, even though 8 Deluxe is now coming in close, especially since we will have this track playable. It is none other than DK Mountain. I can't quite put into words why I like this track so much, but the combination of all of the precision drifts you can do around the entire mountain, the barrel blast shootout section where you're flying up the mountain at rapid paces, and while we only saw a little bit of this track in the trailer, it absolutely looks gorgeous with modern visuals and modern enhancements, and we do see a little bit more love go into these classic remastered tracks from the GameCube, Wii, N64, and SNES era than we do in some of the tour tracks. So I'm excited to see more of DK Mountain, but we don't have to wait too much longer to hop into it. Wii Daisy Circuit next up in the Acorn Cup, Piranha Plant Cove, which looks very interesting to me, and then we have Spiny Cup, which features from Mario Kart Tour Madrid Drive, a 3DS track making it over with Rosalina's Ice World. I'm very excited to play through this again. SNES Bowser's Castle 3. I'm really glad this one made the cut. There's obviously a lot of stages that we can talk about that didn't make the cut, but it is very good to see this. I can't wait to hop back through a nostalgia trip from the SNES era with Bowser's Castle 3 and get to see all the modern visuals and upgrades that will take place in that track. And then Wii Rainbow Road, which is, I mean, all the Rainbow Roads are very enjoyable. Wii is really one of the ones that does stick out to me as a ton of fun, and I'm glad we have the variety of Rainbow Road courses that we do in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They definitely didn't sleep on leaving too many of those out. I'm not even sure which ones are missing. Let me know in the comments down below if you know which ones are missing from the game in terms of Rainbow Roads, but we got a lot of them, so I'm very excited for that. Now, there was also some talk and speculation online around whether or not we might see additional characters besides what was revealed to us at the most recent Nintendo Direct, because of course there was some interesting spacing with the amount of question mark slots that were available versus what characters they have confirmed, and we now know that the announced characters that we got from Nintendo are going to be all we should look forward to, and they are just reshuffling between like the Animal Crossing character and the Inkling characters as far as picking them male from female. You now do that on the same icon, and so a shuffle of the available spaces is actually what was done, not more characters filling them out, but you have the following: plus more familiar faces will be added to the roster of racers. The peanut popping powerhouse Diddy Kong, who made his karting debut in the Mario Kart Double Dash game, and the bodacious Funky Kong from the Mario Kart Wii game are here and ready to peel off from the pack and take first place. But that's not all. Pauline and Peachette are also heading up the starting line to reprise their racing roles from the Mario Kart Tour game. Now, there are also 16 different Mii costumes that we can expect as part of this update. Daisy is one of the talked about racing suits within the marketing promotional material, and you have to unlock her with the Daisy amiibo. But you do love to see more customization and more options for characters, period, and 16 different costumes to choose from for Mii characters is a nice addition. And finally, in another big update to the game, we saw Nintendo go in and add the ability to customize items, which was a long requested feature that they just surprise updated into the game file in one of the Booster Course Wave updates. And now we have a jukebox that will be featured in this Wave 6 update that will actually let you go through and play any of the song stages individually, kind of Smash Bros style. And that kind of closes out the updates for this, but I think it's a perfect segue into the broader conversation of where Mario Kart goes from here, because I do think it goes in the direction of Smash Bros. If you look at this DLC Booster Course Pass as a whole, doubling the courses, doubling the amount of tracks, and adding in a ton of new content and characters to this game, it really has a lot of similarities to the long roadmap of content that we saw for Smash Bros with the Fighter Pass, and it's kind of heading in that ultimate game direction, where we even have recent comments from Mr. Sakurai himself saying that he doesn't know if Smash Bros can ever go to another level than what they achieved with Ultimate. And I wonder if Mario Kart is in a similar scenario. Granted, it hasn't really had its wide roster blowout of characters fully explored yet. Yes, we have plenty of cross collaborations with characters like Link, the Inklings, and Villagers, amongst others, but we really don't have that no character is off the table type mentality in Mario Kart yet. We don't have characters like Banjo or Sora playable on kart racers currently, and I wonder if they will keep the branding Mario Kart and make it, maybe just call it 10 or X, because I'm kind of thinking Nintendo may be considering Tour as the quote-unquote Mario Kart 9, but I wonder if they go in that same direction where, yes, it remains the name Mario Kart because of the brand recognition around it, but it really branches out into characters being playable from any major franchise, and you have maybe every stage that's ever been available in a Mario Kart game going into the next generation console. I don't think Nintendo does Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Super Edition or whatever they would call it to bundle in all the DLC. I think what they will do is ultimately just leave us with this final Booster Course Pass wave, keep the fans happy with all the new character updates and levels that they've added, and then once we talk about next generation Nintendo Switch hardware, I think sometime early into the life cycle of that, within the first couple years, hopefully, we should get the big reveal on what Nintendo has planned for their biggest franchise and most successful franchise in recent memory now, which is Mario Kart. And I do think that they will do something massive in terms of bringing back every stage, creating a ton of new ones, and potentially branching out into a broader scope of franchises when it comes to characters that you can expect to race through on all of those said tracks. But I really want to hear from you guys at this point in the video, whether or not you're pumped for Wave 6 to drop on November 9th. I will definitely be booting up the courses and going through them with you all just for a fun video, so stay subscribed for that. I personally cannot wait to play DK Mountain. What tracks are you upset that we did not see included in this course pass now that we're entirely wrapped up with the updates? And do you think that early into next gen Nintendo hardware we should expect something new from the Mario Kart franchise? And are you excited for it? And what would you kind of like to see them do? You want them to go in almost a Smash Bros style roster with tons of different playable characters included, or would you like to just see them stick to more of the traditional Mario Kart family of characters that we've seen over the years so far? But regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.